Welcome to Athletes Unlimited. Back for week 3 of volleyball action. 44 players from around the globe constitute this new United States Pro League. World and Olympic champions fight to be inscribed and forever immortalized in the Book of Unlimited. We have reached the midpoint of the season. 3 experienced captains hold positions of power. Betania De La Cruz, Leah Edmond, and points leader Jordan Larson continue atop the leaderboard. This week saw Ebony Wanabu join the top 4. Tension builds. Another Sunday takes shape. Kills, aces, digs, and teamwork lead to squad goals fulfilled. Who takes another step toward Athletes Unlimited glory? Team Edmond faces Team De La Cruz right now on FS1. Tonight's match is presented by Geico. Downtown Dallas, Pi Day brings you a repeating performance of professional volleyball from Fair Park. Team Edmond takes on Team De La Cruz. Tonight, we celebrate the nonprofit causes selected by each of our athletes. The goal with Athletes Unlimited, more than just athletics, it's about civic leadership and inspiring the next generation. Every athlete has donned a shirt and other swag from their cause as they get ready for tonight's match. Hi everybody, Kevin Barnett alongside my partner Salima Rockwell, 2-time national team captain. Salima, to this point, we have seen very little change in the starting lineups, but tonight might blow all that up.
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of changes. Team De La Cruz is going to probably remain the same. They had the early match. They were flowing. Things were going well. But Team Edmond had a marathon match yesterday. Sheridan Atkinson came in, made some noise. Expect her to get the start. And they're going to give leader Ari Cruz a rest. And you're going to see Erica Wilson as well.
37-35, the first set score for Team Edmond last night. In the late match, they have the short turnaround. If you just joined us, let's give you the short on us. 44 world-class players, new teams every week, an individual title at the end of the year. This is not a team championship. And you, the fan, for the first time ever in sports, get an opportunity to be part of the championship scoring. A look at our leaderboard as it stands. Second day of week 3. Jordan Larson continues to top, but it's close.
It's so close. So yesterday, Jordan Larson and Betania De La Cruz are just 11 points away from one another. And you'll look at 3, 4, and 5, all within 100 points of one another. It's going to be an interesting race as we finish the weekend.
Outside hitters and opposites dominant. However, Liana Sibelden proved yesterday middle blockers can be impactful.
Well, and Liana Sibelden had an unbelievable performance yesterday. She was rolling, just hitting everything that she possibly could. And when Hunter found her, she was just feeding her over and over again.
On the other side, Leah Edmond, again a captain, again amongst the leaders in offensive.
Well, Leah Edmond was doing everything within her power to lead her team to a total match win, but they came up just a little bit short. Finished that last set and got the set win to finish the match. Similarity
in kills, but a dissimilarity in terms of efficiency. Liana Sibelden got there in 16 attempts for those 11 kills. We've tried to put you on the floor. We've tried to get you ready for matches. Why don't you get ready now with Karsta Lowe for first serve.
Hey, Erin, aren't you glad you're not blue today?
I'm so glad.
Hey, I'm so excited to kick Blue's butt.
Me too.
Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on Fox Sports is sponsored by Guaranteed Rates. The great state of Texas, our host throughout the entire 5-week regular season, as well as our preseason, as Team Edmond sends their squad to the floor. The aforementioned Erica Wilson gets her first start and extended action at outside hitter. They are solid in the middle with the backslides of Givemeyer and Sambothi. For Team De La Cruz, it was cruise control yesterday. We'll see if they can do the same today. The serving target was Lindsay Stalzer. She held up quite well. See if she can get going offensively, as Kelly Hunter is once again at the controls for Captain Betania. Let's bring it in before we get started.
Hi, I'm Claire Gallagher. I'm a professional ultra runner. I've won the Western States and Leadville 100-mile races, and I'm a proud ambassador for 1% for the planet. 1% tax on my income is a small price to pay for what the earth gives to me. Thanks to all the players playing for 1% for the planet this weekend, and good luck to everyone.
An ultra runner.
Yeah, that's impressive. I don't really know. I can barely run.
Answer to the Jeopardy question. What careers have you never considered? And who are 3 people that have never been in my kitchen before? Points for you if you got that one. Karsta, Leah Edmond. We are ready. Will Team Edmond get started quick, or will it be a bit of a slow start given the action of last night? Played almost an entire extra set worth of points. Sheridan Atkinson, who was the big difference maker coming in off the bench. High line, Stalzer, and she's shown quite a bit of definitive range.
Stalzer, that's one thing she wanted to do coming into this weekend. She felt like she wanted to make her presence known, be more consistent for her team, and we saw that yesterday for sure, and of course starting off this match the same as well.
I'd like to see him help Stalzer out. She had 40 receptions yesterday. Her libero, Nomaris Agosto, had just 13. That was the next person. Stalzer nearly the same shot. Edmond picks it up. And this time it's Atkinson out of the back row. Just joining us, Sheridan Atkinson is 6'5", started at Long Beach State, went to Purdue where she'd be an All-American.
Well, and Sheridan Atkinson can score from the front row and the back row very efficiently, so they're going to be using her a lot from every position on the court.
Karsta goes long, but a touch call. The reason it was long is off the fingertips. Karsta wanted to challenge the touch call for her side. She did not see any indication early on. It was our up official who overruled the play. Look at the Olympic bronze medalist. Gibbelmeyer dug by low. It's like being in a USA practice. Another shot down the line. Stalzer, 3 in a row, very similar swings.
I tell you, I like this idea by Stalzer. So she's going up and over the top of Samantha Seliger-Swinson down the line and hitting those balls at Sheridan Atkinson. Some nice swings down the line so far.
Stalzer 6'1", a big jumper, probably biggest in the gym, just 5'11", triple S. That one right into the soft underbelly of Team Dela Cruz.
It's a nice play by Samantha Seliger-Swinson, recognizing the right time to do it. How are we going to get a side out? What's the right move to make? Just sets that ball over the net. Nobody home.
Samantha Seliger-Swinson has some Pan Am experience for Team USA. Nia Grant with her first kill, Penn State national champion.
Kelly Hunter with the set for Team Dela Cruz.
Grabbing at her shoulder there after swinging at that one. That's sometimes you miss it.
Sometimes you miss it and you're reaching really high and you pull it a little bit.
Ace service right down the middle between Edmond and Wilson. So that's a new combination there. Edmond and Wilson passing, or pardon me, Edmond and Wilson passing next to each other. And grooving it right down the middle is Stalzer. Perfect. Back row tip picked up by Hunter. And Lowe puts it away off the block.
Nice blast off the hands by Karsta Lowe. That's what she does so well. Doesn't just hit the ball down clean to the floor. She can really take advantage of the block and work the hands.
Edmond covered. Tracked it down. Looks like last night for Edmond. Long rallies were the story last evening.
And that was why. Great hustle by Team Edmond. They were scrapping, digging everything, bringing balls back. Had to send a few free balls over the net, and that's kind of what happened as a result. When you send this free ball over, they're going to be able to run the middle and get a kill.
Team De La Cruz early on has proven they are the most lethal of the combinations this week. There's Leah Edmond.
And I love this play because they move her in a little bit. You'll see that ball isn't all the way out to the antenna. They bring her in the court and trying to just give it a different look and give the defense a different look.
Samantha Seliger-Swenson, the setter. Again, working on Stalzer, who's perfect there. Again, Stalzer with the defense. De La Cruz cross court goes wide. Natania De La Cruz, star for the Dominican Republic national team.
You're going to see her try to go hard in that sharp cross court, but just miss it a little bit wide. They're going to continue to work this half of the court with Stalzer, between Stalzer and Velez there.
That block is covered. Near celebration. Cancel that one. I'll start it up again now. Rescheduled.
Nia Grant starting off with a nice block, forcing Team Edmond to send another free ball over the net. We'll see Kelly Hunter just take advantage of that play as well.
Tip just out of the reach of setter Kelly Hunter.
And a nice job by Taylor Sambothi. Not a perfect set. Sometimes it doesn't connect. You see them talking about it right there. I got you better next time, but a nice reach by her, keeping that ball in play.
The captain. Both teams, good digs. Can somebody get a little more heat on it? Double contact called. Atkinson back on the ground, popping that one up above herself.
Set herself a little bit.
Allow myself to set myself.
So you see, this is where Betty De La Cruz is so good. Tipping that ball. These are the ones that are hard to defend. We're going to keep talking about that. She has such a way of tipping the ball over the net that makes it so tricky for the blockers and the defenders to handle.
Hunter out of Nebraska, national championship during her college days. Big high swing again from Atkinson. Where does she excel in terms of set location?
Well, I think if that ball's high, that ball's tight, she likes to get on it. She can hit off the top of the hands, or she can just hit clean over the top of the block. If it's off the net a little bit and she's not flying into it, that's not her best swing.
Stalzer, pretty good pass there. Sebelden, her first swing goes right off the top of the block, and that is called. So working on Stalzer, that has been the idea. Gave up just 2 aces in the previous match, contributed in other ways. 3 blocks and 11 digs. We've already seen Stalzer doing a nice job in the middle back.
Well, and I tell you, she's handling the ball well, and I think they have stats now over time, individual stats, but I think she's working her way out of that, where it might not be as clear that that's what they want to do.
So they may have to go away from Stalzer at some point.
They might. You saw them serve Betty De La Cruz as a passer-hitter once, so we might see a little bit more of that.
And we've talked to Namaris about the difference in an American system versus the Dominican Republic system in terms of reception.
Well, and with Betty De La Cruz as a passer-hitter, they like to take off and let the libero take that space. So she can't really help out Stalzer too much more. She's going to be working those seams in different ways depending on who's next to her.
All right, so she's going to leave a lot more space for Stalzer. Teams have been hitting that, and that hit is sent back by Gibbemeyer.
It's a nice move by Lauren Gibbemeyer, who's so quick to the pins. You see her move to the outside, make that blocking move.
Kevin from Canada is checking in and cheering on AU Pro Sports. That ace serve from Sheridan Atkinson. Kevin from America is calling this match. So Atkinson puts that one right down between Velez and Stalzer. They have to adjust, as you just heard Salima Rockwell detail. Still a fair amount of space for number 29 in orange. Left side. Overhand this time. Right on the back line. That's picture perfect.
She's just going to keep doing it. I mean, that's her swing right now. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I like this offensive strategy from the left side, but certainly from the middles as well. We saw them hitting towards the right back a little bit more, and she's going up and over the top down the line.
Was once slated to be a mechanical engineer, grown up in Illinois. Volleyball has been her passion, even leaving school many years ago. Wilson, tough swing, makes the best of it there. Betty, little check down, and it works.
Kelly Hunter with the set point. Team De La Cruz.
So you see Betty De La Cruz hitting, finding that spot right in the middle of the block.
Backslide is good from Gimmelmeyer. Team Edmond slowly grinding their way back in. Trailed 7-2. They now cut it to 2 and looking to get more with Erica Wilson at the line. Yeah, Grant through the block. Mentioned what a grind it was last night for Team Edmond. 77-80, the eventual loss. Won just one set, salvaged 40 team points out of that. For the other side, Team De La Cruz, it was a clean sweep. 75-59 and 180 team points. That is all team points that are available in any one match. Won the overall, won all 3 sets. First a low underneath it, but not enough.
It's a really nice shot by Leah Edmond, who tends to really hit the ball hard. Sometimes she hits a roll shot, but I like the speed of the approach that looks like she's still going to hit it hard, and then she just open hand tips that ball on Carcelo.
This time a tip down the line, so back them up, pull them forward. Got the yo-yo right there.
Got the yo-yo. I like the yo-yo. You see her just change it up a little bit, tip that ball, and force the blockers to reach behind. You never really want the blockers to reach back and play that ball. It causes a lot of confusion, but tipping it right over the block leaves you no choice.
High swing from Atkinson is a little too high and too long. Or too high and too hard, depending upon your view.
That's a nice run and a good play by them. She just couldn't get on top of that.
15-11, set 1. Edmond, tough swing. No swing. Another tip. Rosado flies under. Not this time. Twice we've seen Hunter dump off of scramble plays.
Well, it's a smart thing to do because the blockers are resetting and getting ready to block the hitters.
16-11, technical timeout, set 1. Team De La Cruz, they have not canceled cruise control yet. Betania De La Cruz, captain again for the second time in our league. What was her strategy?
Mi estrategia de esta vez creo que más o menos es la misma de la semana pasada, tener un equipo que disfrute, que cada uno pueda hacer su trabajo y creo que el resultado va a llegar solo.
Same as last week works. 3-0 last week and now 1-0 this week. That was your guaranteed rate draft recap. Look at her stats. Outstanding. And if you want to get an even closer view of this league, fans, join the Unlimited Club. It's free. You can unlock special access, additional content, and more. Make your Geico Unlimited pick when you join to unlock even more content from your favorite athletes of Unlimited. Looking for more? Go ahead and upgrade. Any paid membership at any level lets you vote for MVP. You want to do that. You're sitting in your living room, you're watching, you're grading, you're judging. Pick your favorite player, vote, make a difference on the scoreboard for them. Go to auprosports.com and click on Unlimited Club in the upper right. Kevin Barnett alongside Selena Rockwell. Less than 24 hours turnaround for Team Edmond. And a slow start. 16-12 in the first set. Made it to the technical timeouts. They still have their 2 timeouts here in the first. Whoa, tight, doesn't matter. Off the elbow of Edmond.
Man, she just cleans up so much. It's not just chipping balls and keeping it in play. It's a ball that's way off the net, and you see her turn that, cut it down the line. She sees all the line that's available, takes advantage of it.
Rotation 1, opposite in the left front for Team Edmond. And that's who'll get the ball. Here's Lowe, a little better set. Same result.
What I'm seeing with Team De La Cruz is really this comfort with Hunter, with the rhythm, with setting all of her hitters, finding that sweet spot and that ball that they like to hit. That makes a huge difference.
Wide. Team De La Cruz like a coral snake. Just poisonous, lethal. Stay away from them. 19-12 in this first set, they lead. Timeout called by Team Edmond. They're gonna have to figure out some way to get to Team De La Cruz. We continue to celebrate the nonprofit causes of all these athletes. The reveal was one special event. Team De La Cruz up over Team Edmond, but every player was asked to choose a nonprofit organization, a cause to play for. At the end of the season, the Give Lively Foundation will make a grant equal to 50% of that athlete's end of season bonus to that nonprofit partner. Here's Leah Edmond on her partner.
The cause that I am playing for is cholangiocarcinoma. I chose this organization because it was kind of close to home for all of us. We had a football coach. My dad's a football coach at Kentucky, and one of the football coaches was diagnosed with that cancer, and he had just passed away this past fall. During the football season, he'd been battling it for about 2.5 years, and his family and him were always really big supporters of me, and especially with volleyball, they constantly asked how I was doing, just wanted to know how I was doing, just like mentally and emotionally, and so I decided in honor of him and his family that I would choose that organization.
The Cholangiocarcinoma Foundation is cancer of the bile duct. That's what they support. And if you don't know where that is, that's your liver to your small intestine, as you look at the list here of the other causes that have been chosen by the athletes. And it's one thing, you saw John Patricoff, our co-founder, in the cause reveal night. It's one thing to say it, it's another thing to stand up with it or hold it in your hand. Really brings it home for the athletes.
It's super impactful, and they're all so passionate about what they're representing and who they're playing for, and it's been really cool to see them embrace that here.
The environment, or a friend or a family member who has suffered previously, athletes doing so much more than just playing. The goal of Athletes Unlimited to make civic leaders out of athletics. Back to the first set, 19-12. Molly Lohman in to serve. Low again in transition. Not this time. Hunter left hand. Dueling pipes. Erica Wilson with the winner.
I like that. Erica Wilson with a big dig early in the rally and then coming through to finish out of the back row. I think they're going to give give her some good looks, and she's going to give them some energy that they need to kind of close the gap here.
Erica Wilson out of ASU back in 2012. Been playing professionally for a while, nearly an ace there for Team Edmond. Wilson again blasted, and she'll collect her second consecutive kill, now this time from the front row. Wilson looking for a job as well. Trying to add that to the resume, a real position. In addition to her work here in Athletes Unlimited.
Beautiful set by Samantha Seliger-Swenson. You see she was all the way about 12, 13 feet off the net on her knees, setting that ball to the outside.
Couple of points gained. Team Edmond seemed to be perpetually in this position last night. Couple of points back, couple of points back. They were back 2 or 3 points to the end of the first set, the regular end, and what ended up being 37-35.
And they were going so hard and battling. I mean, that was the second match, so it's a late match and an early match today, so tough turnaround for Team Edmond.
So Belden working hard in transition. Hunter with the overhand gator. Sambothi will get credit for that one.
Nice job by Sambothi. You see the block come all the way into the court. Move in on that inside play, but a nice crack by Erica Wilson to get it started. Block is there. Sambothi in the right spot.
Nice move by Gibbemeyer. Can Team Edmond convert? Yes, they can. Behind the right arm, the cannon of Atkinson.
That's the high, big swing by Atkinson that they need. But a beautiful touch to start the play by Lauren Gibbemeyer. And the finish high off the hands.
From setter Taylor Sambothi. Edmond out of the back row with some power. Here they come, back within 3.
And it's this service pressure that's doing it. Forcing Team De La Cruz off the net. They're sending some easy balls to Team Edmond, and that's what they need. That's what's going to spark it right now.
Timeout this time from Team De La Cruz. Give you an idea of just how much extra work was put in last night. The offensive stats from match 1 were kind of off the hook. So look at our Geico leaderboard. Jordan Larson hanging on to a lead. Good to see this close up. We looked like Jordan Larson was going to kind of run away with it. But Dani De La Cruz says, no, I'm going to reel you back in.
That's right. She reeled it back in with her individual points and of course, the wins, the overall wins. But Jordan Larson, she had some errors last night. Maybe didn't get as many points as she normally does, individual points. So that helped close the gap as well. So it was really interesting to watch how things played out yesterday and see where we're going to be by the end of tonight.
Your win points are the team points. You see there, 180 available in each match, 40 per set victory. It was a clean sweep of all 180 for Team De La Cruz yesterday, a big part of moving up. MVP points, for the first time last night, Jordan Larson did not receive MVP at any level. And then your individual points, those errors can be costly, hit the ball out of bounds. It will cost you service errors as well. Let's hear from Karsten Lowe.
That's my shirt too. Kelly Hunter and I representing Step Up for Mental Health. Juicy fruit. Oh my God, juicy fruit. I feel that the grunt lets other people grunt if they want to grunt too. It really releases that for everyone.
Did you want to grunt, Selena?
I did. As soon as I heard the grunt, I wanted to grunt. Release the grunt.
Resuming play in set 1, serving Taylor Sambothi.
Karsten Lowe going to be on a long run here. They're going to run that rotation 1 where she goes all the way around the other side.
They didn't do that at all yesterday. Kept her on the left side. So they're just going to try to mix things up a little bit.
And she was effective.
She was effective on the left, but I think there's some of that serving that's playing into some of what they're doing right now. Team Edmond's tough serving. They're trying to just mix it up a little bit.
What a pass by Edmond. And Gibbemeyer collects the kill.
And handling this pass is very difficult, and Leah Edmond does it perfectly right to the setter. And that's exactly what you want to execute. If they can handle the ball, I tell you, this Team Edmond can be absolutely lethal.
Low inside the block. That's a typical lefty swing, and if you watched UCLA, where she was an All-American and Player of the Year, you saw a lot of that.
You saw a lot of that hard cross court. She likes that ball. It's a perfect set, and she hits it so sharp that the middle blocker has to really drop that right hand without even looking. Drop the right hand and take away that angle, or it's gonna blow right past you.
So a little misstep as Kaylee Manns checks in along with Willow Johnson. So the double sub is on, this time with Willow Johnson in that role. Kaylee Manns did it yesterday. She starts to call the offense, the one-time Iowa State star. See if she can spin up a few more points on the Team Edmond side. That pick is good with Leah.
Nice job. It's the tempo, it's the ball they need. A perfect pass by Erica Wilson, handling that tough serve down the line at her.
Could this be the transition rotation they need? Willow in the front row, Gibelmeyer as well, along with the captain. But you'll have to slow it down. And there's no stopping Carson Lowe right now.
No, that's tough too. That's just over the top. So when she hits, she's blasting down the line, hitting sharp cross court, and then hits that deep corner. So it doesn't even matter where you adjust defensively right now for Karsta.
6 of 8 for Lowe as she serves. Dump is wide.
A nice effort, but hit that ball just a little bit out of bounds. That was a quick play with Nia Grant handling that first ball.
Remember, that is negative points for the setter. An attack error is worth -12. Nia Grant goes +8 on her side. 24-20.
They're not setting her time, but I like that they're getting the middles involved, and when Nia Grant gets a set, she's pretty effective right now.
First set point for Nia Grant and Team De La Cruz. Ooh, right back at you with the sharp one.
And we've seen Willow Johnson. We know when she gets hot, she can absolutely light it up. We'll see if she can bring some firepower for Team Edmond.
Yeah, several fire emojis when Willow Johnson is getting swing after swing. Could it be another comeback behind her arm? Oh, she loves those high balls, but Tanya De La Cruz been doing that for a decade internationally. 25-21, an easy end to the first set for Team De La Cruz. We will check in with Captain Leah Edmond on the other side to see what they might do to slow down the juggernaut. Fair Park Coliseum leading to set 2. Leah Edmond and Team Edmond find themselves in a familiar situation, having to come back. Leah, how did the last match play into the start of this match?
I think we knew that we have to start early and quicker. I think last match we kind of like eased our way into it, and we kind of saw that again today. We got ourselves in a big hole, and then we tried to push, and then we started playing cleaner at the end. So we really need to start clean from the beginning, so then we don't have that big gap that we have to close up at the end of the game.
What's your message to your team right now in the huddle? What's actionable to start this next set?
Getting them to relax and not be so tense. I think we're acting like, okay, the next point's like the end of the game instead of just playing a little bit more freely. So definitely playing calm and being a lot more just relaxed and just playing the game instead of trying to force the point and force to get the point.
Thanks, Leah.
Thank you.
Team Edmond hoping their captain stays in rhythm. You look at her honors: SEC Player of the Year, AVCA All-American twice on that first team, and she is 5 for 9 to start this one. And you know by the fact she's been a captain for a while, she's been excelling the whole time.
She has. She's been excelling and showing everybody that she can lead not just by her play, but by how she's talking to the team in her huddles and timeouts, doing a really nice job, really leading this Team Edmond. And they've got to work through some things and get on their horse a little bit faster to start this next set.
All right, one change as they come out here. Willow Johnson looks like she will start the set here, so Sheridan Atkinson will sit down. Atkinson went 3 for 8 with 1 error in that first set. Felt coming in we might see both opposites exchange regularly.
Yeah, and I think they both have so much to offer, and they can be streaky. So I think you're going to see big runs by each of these opposite players. So with Willow Johnson and Sheridan Atkinson, so they both add value in different ways.
And we mentioned that Atkinson did not start last night, but came in quite early. So she played the majority of what amounted to 4 sets worth of action. And not only the physical output, but the mental output last night was a lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot for that entire team. But coming in when they needed it, Willow Johnson was struggling a little bit early, couldn't find the floor. Then they subbed in Sheridan Atkinson, and she was the fire. She was what they needed to get it going, and then they went forever. 2.5-hour, 3-set match.
Brianna Holman, Kay Mans alongside the veteran Ari Cruz there, talking to Sheridan Atkinson as Willow Johnson gets ready for this set. And as we get ready, we are still celebrating the Causes program. It has been a meaningful part of the AU experience for the athletes. You know, Tiff Clark said, look, as an athlete, we've been told to stick to your sport. And we've tried to use our platform to speak out on issues that are important to us at times. It hasn't been well received, but AU is completely changing the narrative on that and creating this amazing Causes program that lets the world know what we fight for and care about off the volleyball court. It's about defining athletes by more than just statistics or team output.
Which has been one of the biggest draws here for everyone coming to play for this league. So you see that it looks like they may have put the wrong person in the game, and Sheridan Atkinson had to rip up her jersey, run in. They had the wrong lineup, so she had to run in. They'll probably save a sub and see what happens here when they come all the way around.
Okay, so forget all that. Sheridan Atkinson still in.
It was definitely a lineup issue.
That ball's good, and not anymore. One was counted as a block. Keep going. Nice dig by Atkinson. That's the way to stay in there.
Man.
If Team De La Cruz doesn't win this point, there's going to be chaos. They'll reset the offense here. Sebelden gets the kill.
You're going to see everyone kind of...
And Bethany De La Cruz is the only one allowed to talk to the referee.
All right, Liana Sebelden's getting some fire.
Send block touch and then regular touch. You be the judge. I'm going to go with no on that. I disagree. I think that's 2 contacts. Salima, you're the expert.
Yeah,
One or two?
I'm not sure.
Okay. A service, that's for sure. Bethania De La Cruz, that wrist away jumper has been brutal. Hasn't always picked up aces. Definitely giving people trouble. 2-0. Wilson this time. Pops it up on her side. Hits her way out.
I tell you, I really like what Erica Wilson is adding to this team. Of course, they're going to miss the veteran Audrey Cruz, but Erica Wilson has been playing for a long time herself. She's got experience.
Germany, Switzerland, Turkey, the Philippines. If you're looking for a social media coordinator, she has experience.
If you're looking for a model, she has experience with that as well.
Yeah. Get a hold of her if you have a job. Need your social cleaned up. Erica Wilson could be your person. Right now, we'll see if she remains the serving target as Liana Sebelden steps to the line, number 30 in orange. Indeed, right into that gap. Stalls her again. She got one of those last night.
And it's all about positioning and where you line up against the slide. You really have to time it perfectly, see if you can see it, line up right where you need it to go. And a good pass there by Rosado. Nice finish by Stalzer.
I like the little preload as she saw Stalzer coming into her zone.
Service error, point, Team Edmond. Taylor Sandovi replacing. Lauren Devine serving for Team Edmond.
Karsta Lowe has been the primary offensive threat. That is Lowe's 8th kill on 10 swings.
And I tell you, that angle, I mean, it almost doesn't even exist. If you look at how sharp she hits this ball inside the block, going inside the 10-foot line, no one's going to be ready for that shot.
You're calling that an imaginary angle? Backslide Sandovi with the kill.
Well, and Team Edmond trying to work the middles a little bit more. Give them some more opportunities to score on those perfect passes. That speed of that offense, love that. And Willow Johnson checks back in.
So the switch made in the front row at the opposite position. Touch, left hand, right hand, no. Oh, what an effort though.
What a reach. The first ball I thought was down. Rosado got it. The second one for sure I thought was down. Rosado makes his play. Edmond pops it up and they just couldn't save it.
Sometimes that ball goes right between the flippers and down. Sandovi blocked for the moment. Low, terminating. This time just straight ahead, no angle at all.
Yeah, and it's, there's a lot of room to hit this ball down the line. You'll see this ball, but she doesn't hit it clean down the line. She hits that off the sideline, and Rosado's planted on the line, ready for that ball.
Johnson touched, De La Cruz under. You know who's coming. And again, Karsta Lowe with the point. This looks just like set number 1, 8-3. Team De La Cruz, like a bench vice, just continues to apply pressure. They lead big already here in our second set. 33-24 overall. This is Athletes Unlimited Volleyball. If you want to get your gear, go to auprosports.com. You can get the same stuff the players are wearing. And don't forget to follow us on social, AU Pro Sports, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all your choice. And if you interact with us, you might just end up on our air.
Cassie Lickman, I love this promo by her when she talked about, hey, would you do this if I promised to make kids better humans? And everyone just tweeting out their causes and how passionate they are about what they're doing. And it's Causes Week, and it's nice to see all of the athletes support their causes and really put it out there. Everyone's feeling super passionate about what they're doing, already raising a lot of money for the causes that are near and dear to their hearts.
See Saria Freeman there playing the Mambo organization. Of course, great work done by the Bryant family as they continue on after the loss of Kobe. Bad pass off of that timeout, just barely saved. The offensive onslaught coming at you. Team De La Cruz.
Team De La Cruz. Kelly Hunter with the set. The pass by Amaris Velez.
And they're going to keep working this down the line. Working Erica Wilson.
The lead is now 10 overall.
We got Betty De La Cruz at her own game. That's not what we see her doing to other people.
Erica Wilson on the pass.
New grand high back slide. A little too wide.
Tell you, I was impressed with that pass. You see this ball drop, and Damaris Velez gets it. And Nia Grant just cuts that ball a little bit, doesn't get all the way around that slide and tries to force it across her body with her arm.
Another good pass. Grant in front this time. That ball is down. Just out of the reach of Rosado. Battle of the Puerto Rican native liberos.
I tell you, the range and the vision of Rosado, I mean, that's what she does so well. She's way back on defense, ready to dig the hard-driven ball, and she's right there, I mean, an inch away from that pancake.
Dolly Rosado, pretty tall for libero at 5'9", went on from her Minnesota days at libero to play beach for New Mexico. Logged a 19-5 record. That's outstanding. Lowe unable to get that defense, and it's 10-6. So just like that, again, Team Edmond, a gritty group, has rallied to keep it within reach. All right, look at Dalian Lins Rosado. Play like a girl is her cause. Reading that was Triple S. Misconnection to Sebelden.
They were running that backslide. It was either a little bit too far off the net, just a bad rhythm there, and not connecting the way they wanted to.
I think that should go to the setter.
Of course you do.
As a hitter. Sign that one to someone else, please.
Come on.
Betania assigns herself more positive points. Second place in the championship chase, trying to overtake Jordan Larson.
Well, in these swings, where there's a well-formed block, you want that middle back and left back to stay as deep as they possibly can. There's no room in that seam to dig that ball. She's going to hit it high off the hands.
Overcall, indeed. Carson Lowe thought that one was on top of the tape.
You
can hear the explanation. The ball was completely on the other side of the net, and Karster went over and got it. So here we're back in that rotation one, and Karster's going to run over to the right side of the court.
Betty on the back line.
Yeah, it set Betty too. She didn't like that call.
Yeah.
That's right where I'm going with it.
The overcall is a bit like pass interference in the NFL. It's not reviewable, judgment call. And I know it was reviewable a few years ago, pass interference in the NFL, but they decided that was a bad idea. Same thing here. I'm in favor of keeping it out of the, was it over, was it not over? Another ace for De La Cruz, tailing away.
And you watch the action on the ball. You'll see it from this angle, where it just tails to the right side of the court.
38-29, 13-8 in the second set. All De La Cruz. Edmond snaps it. Here comes the offense. Sebelden sky tip. De La Cruz to the floor. Carstelo unavailable. Sebelden, she is excellent at making herself available.
And she's loud. I mean, I can hear her screaming for the ball. And that's what, as a setter, and actually that's what she said.
Yeah.
Hey, if I'm loud, sometimes the louder I am, I can just scare the ball out of the setter's hand.
She said Kelly Hunter in particular, if you're super loud, you get the ball. That's true of most setters.
I tell you, I'm setting who's loud. Absolutely.
I'll be yelling later for coffee. Salima. Ooh, this one the other way. And a block from Lowe. This is tough.
Really tough. Getting away from them. Betty De La Cruz just lighting it up from the service lane and forcing them in a tough position right now.
Constantly on the defense because De La Cruz is on the offense. They lead by 11 in the overall and have control of the second set. Team De La Cruz with the lead, 40-29 in Dallas. Before we got here, Talk to each of our players about self-belief, a time of reflection, how it affected their career. Molly Lohman.
There are a ton of games, or a ton of big moments in games where like people are around you doing so great and like your team needs you and you kind of have to turn to yourself and find your fire within. And I think that happens like in practice, in games, and all the time in volleyball.
Love that. Take it from Molly Lohman. Find your fire within. You might have to do that in cold Minnesota. 2014 to 2017, she starred there, playing for 1% for the Planet. Molly recovering from an ankle injury. She was a starter at the beginning of the league, and she's still trying to come back to form here in Dallas. Fans, you want to own a piece of Athletes Unlimited history? Do it now. Topps.com through April 2nd offers you your only opportunity to purchase a unique collectible. It is the very first Topps trading card set for professional volleyball. 45 athletes and additional cards about the league. Randomly inserted serial numbered parallels and one of ones could be yours. Go to Topps.com and purchase it today. Mankato, Minnesota. Native Molly Lohman, she's been coming in as a serving sub behind Nia Grant and Liana Sebelden, who have held down the middle. And not a lot of changes for this crew, the way they've been playing. Selena Rockwell.
It's comfortable. They're playing well. They're gelling well together. Why change it?
Again off the net, Team Edmond. Backslide is good from Gibbemeyer. Can they rally again? Can they string together 1, 2, 3 points per rotation?
Well, I think they can, and I think they understand. You know, Leah Edmond definitely understands the importance of every single point. You know, they need to close this gap a little bit. It's a 10-point overall score, so they want to close it as much as they can.
Italian one-on-one a miss. That's unusual.
That is unusual. She hit that ball with a little side spin, cut it out of bounds.
Question from Twitter, did every player choose a cause? The answer is yes, they did. Stalzer inside. She collects yet another. So Stalzer is 5 of 10. Lowe is 11 of 14. Thank you to our presenting partner, Geico, our Sport of Athletes Unlimited. And Betania De La Cruz is near 6 of 11. She's only hitting 550.
Is that it?
Yeah, a little off. Yeah, all 3 pins excelling for Team De La Cruz, and that's on the scoreboard. Rosado underneath it. What a set. The roll shot's good from Stalzer. They are feeling the flow and doing the bull dance over there.
Working it. Working it. You'll see this tip. Rosado just there again. But I tell you, it's one of these teams that look like they have gelled right away. They found their rhythm. That's what a team looks like. That's what a good team looks like. Everything's kind of going your way, but it's not just by chance. They're passing well. The rhythm is good. Playing well next to one another.
Ace number 4 there for Team De La Cruz. For the second night in a row, Liana Sebelden collects one. 43-31, 12-point advantage, 8 in this set alone. Wilson tattoos Sebelden with that one. Remember, 40 points for each set, 60 for the overall. That's what we play for the victory, is the overall score. An 11-point lead by Team De La Cruz. A commanding 75-59 victory last night for Team De La Cruz. That one goes wide from Sambothi. Missed opportunity.
Oh, that's a tough one. Just telling everybody my bad. Trying to get on it quick, and just missed out of bounds.
Oh, the passing has gone away from Team Edmond. Another ace, number 5 for Team De La Cruz.
When I tell you, it's back-to-back servers with a lot of pace, a lot of action. Look at that ball. Doesn't really spin at all. It kind of drops right there on Erica Wilson. Tough serve.
5 aces, 2 errors. That's a little ROI in the service game. Why did Carcelo get caught up so high that time?
You know, I think she was anticipating the tip, but not coming that fast at her. I really caught her really high. She came flying in there and overran it.
See if she comes flying in there out of the back row now, if she will.
I think so.
Try and sign out from that right back. Stalzer continues to hold up passing-wise, creating opportunities for Hunter. I think that's Hunter's 4th kill. Indeed.
She's just so good at it because she's so high at the net, and you'll see that's the right responsibilities. I mean, you want Leah Edmond to take that. She just wasn't in front of her, and I think Hunter sees that and can feel where the block is.
Yeah, stats were already updated. 3rd kill on 5 attempts. NVA with the dig. Edmond cross court. They're having their moments, Team Edmond.
And it's like she said, all we need to do is string together a couple of points. Every individual point isn't the end of the world. It's not the end of the set. Just need to be patient.
Team De La Cruz 4 points from the end of the set. Grant tips, and again, Team Edmond cannot get a swing. Right back to Grant. Looking like a wash drill. And over goes Carcelo.
Yeah, she definitely stepped on that back line when she was hitting out of the back row. Remember, you have to jump behind the 10-foot line, and if any part of your foot is on that line, you're going to get called for being over.
Yeah, right foot close for a lefty. Now it's just her toes. Nice up by Wilson. Tough swing for Betty. Don't matter.
Knew that was coming. You can see it. She looks at the block when she takes her approach, and really has no intention of bouncing that ball. She is fully looking at hitting high off the top of the block.
Sanitational engineering, her focus for Team De La Cruz, her area of study. Willa Johnson finally gets one in rhythm, nice and fast. 22-15. Team De La Cruz. Hunter still in the right front. Sabeldin and De La Cruz. Joust ball won by Hunter. Count it.
Kelly Hunter is just so good at the net. She can attack balls. She's an excellent blocker. And when that ball is coming to be joust, she just turns, finishes second, wins the joust.
23-15. Low back to the front row. That's bad news if you're cheering for Team Edmond. Johnson, a nice blast.
There's the heat from Willow Johnson.
Might want to think about streaking 44.
Tell you, and that's what she can do. That's what she and Sheridan Atkinson can do. She can go on some runs here and get some more swings out of the back row while she's back there.
Johnson defensively. Will it pay off? That second tip a little too short. We are at another set point. The first of the second set. Looking for those 40 points and a total of 80 thus far is Team De La Cruz. Captain to the line, already 2 aces. Sebeldon read that one early on. Wilson high off the hand, second set point coming.
Erica Wilson doing her job, taking care of the ball offensively, having a little bit of trouble passing and handling that, stepping up other parts of her game.
Edmond under the roll shot. Low, too tight, right hand is no good. Team Edmond continues to score at the end of sets. They cut it to just 10 in the overall, 49-39.
Ball's really tight. You see Low has to go in with her right hand. The block doing a nice job of just smothering the ball.
Again, the ball to Stalzer, another bad pass. Getting conservative is Stalzer. Ball is wide. Second set in the books. 25-18. 50-39, a sizable advantage for Team De La Cruz as they look for another sweep. Tonight's match is presented by Geico as we welcome you back inside Fair Park Coliseum where we are celebrating Athlete Cause Night. 50-39 the lead for Team De La Cruz, and we are now pleased to be joined by soccer icon, speaker, New York Times best-selling author, and Athletes Unlimited evangelist Abby Wambach. Abby, thanks for being with us here. And you know, a unique aspect of this league is prioritizing the partnering of athletes with causes that matter to them. Why is this program significant to athletes?
Well, I mean, I think that one of the most important things as an athlete is to understand that there are more things in the world going on outside of you, your body, your sport. I know in my retirement, the one thing that really does wake me up every morning is knowing that I'm doing something that is bigger than myself, much like playing sport for women is. But these causes are so near and dear to all of these athletes' hearts. And we all know that they're exceptional and successful in every way. Why not pair them up and match them up with causes that they align with themselves? I mean, it's the Gen Z millennial way, right? Everything has to be about what kind of good, the companies that they purchase, the campaigns that they follow, what kind of good are those companies and campaigns running?
Well, Abby, with that said, in your experience, what is it about being a professional athlete that you think prepares athletes to be leaders off the court?
Well, quite frankly, early on in my retirement, I didn't really know what I was good at. So there was this transition period where I had to kind of uncover what I was good at, what I wanted to be a part of. And the reality is being and interfacing with failure and problem solving and other people on a daily basis and trying to get a group of people from where they are to where they ought to be. I mean, that really is what team sport is all about. From the very beginning of my life, I was definitely more interested in the complexities of being in a team environment. It was harder. It's harder to get a team, a group of people from where they are to where they ought to be rather than just you, yourself, the individual, right? So for me, my job and my role with Athletes Unlimited isn't just to make sure that these athletes have a great experience, but also to prepare them for what comes next. And I think that sometimes it gets really easy to forget that there's a whole other world out there waiting for these athletes when they step away from the game. And all these athletes need to do is to open their eyes and see and understand how valuable they are, right? Not just as a volleyball player or a soccer player, in my case, but as a person, what sports can teach us and what we can then transition and use that and transfer that into our after sport life. It's priceless.
Abby, thank you so much for your time spent with Athletes Unlimited and all the good work you do. We appreciate you being here with us tonight.
Thanks, y'all. Take care.
All right, Abby Wambach checking in here on our causes evening. Dallas Fair Park Coliseum. Kevin Barnett alongside Selena Rockwell watching Liana Sebelden get back in on the action. Been a quiet night compared to last evening.
Well, I think she said last evening she was surprised at how much she got set so early, but it was nice. She was like, just keep coming to me. So we'll see if they have that connection and start that middle push right away.
4 for 9. Captain blasted. That one was close. Will we see a review? That one put around the back line. Emphatically. Leah Edmond looking for some communication with Taiba Hanif Park.
Loving that celebration on the De La Cruz bench for the ace.
Jump serve paying dividends. That was 3 aces. Now her first error. Did not get over the top of that one, but Betania has been annihilating the ball all evening.
Erica Wilson serving for Team Edmond.
Rosado underneath. Pancakes, no. I thought it was going to matter. That one went right back on the line.
She's so good at the pancake. Look how deep she is and flies in and keeps this ball alive. And I like the wherewithal of Samantha Seliger-Swenson laying that ball back there to Willow Johnson. She just couldn't get it done.
That one fell off a shelf. Off the hands of Stalzer. Couldn't turn it back in. 3-2. It'll be good for Team Edmond to get off to a fast start. It has been. De La Cruz the aggressor in both the first 2 sets, 7-2 and 8-3. 100 points still available overall, as well as 40 points for this set. Those team points vitally important to your success in the league. Got one called in as well on the back line.
That's one of those you have to let go. There's no defending it, nothing you can do about it. You just got to side out. And you can see Leah Edmond just kind of, hey, giving that signal. Next play, next play.
Saw the imaginary angle earlier. That was just over. All too real if you're on Team Edmond.
And there's Erica Wilson again, just being smart with the ball, putting it in the right spots, not taking crazy swings if the ball's not perfect. Erica Wilson doing a really nice job for Team Edmond.
6 for 12 for the veteran in her first extended action. Stalls are pretty well covered up. They hit her anyway. NVA under it. Oh, De La Cruz, what was that?
I have no idea, but it was like I don't even know what part of her hand she hit it with. She's such amazing control of her body and her hand. You can watch her hand here, and she cuts it in a different direction.
I love Nia Grant just pushing her away. Get out of here. It's like Elaine from Seinfeld.
Yes, just
Get
shoving.
out. Again, Johnson stopped. This time it's Hunter next to Edmond. Oh, pardon me, next to Grant. Trying to put somebody else in there.
You know, why not? You see Nia Grant make this move, shuffles all the way in there, gets it closed. Nice block.
Hunter ends up with that one one-on-one. Count the points for the setter. Count that as a hitting error. And once again, we're in the same situation. 7-3 open to our third set. The overall slipping away rapidly, 57-42. Roll shot. Sometimes the buzzsaw spins quickly, sometimes it spins slowly. Either way, you want no part of it.
Tell you, it's tough. And you talk about those overall points, that's going to be huge for De La Cruz if they win all the points, every set and the match overall.
Timeout already called. Celebrating causes, athletes, and civic leadership. with their causes and their gear. One thing to be a part of it, say you want to be a part of it. Another thing to put on the gear and represent. Cause Practice Day for our athletes as we continue to celebrate it here in Dallas. A celebration of civic leadership continues with Athletes Unlimited Volleyball. Here's Lauren Gibbemeyer on her cause.
I chose to support the Humane Society of the U.S. because I am a huge animal advocate. I have been since I was a little girl. I would bring stray animals home to my parents all the time, like wanting to save all of their lives. And so for me, it's just really important. I think animals bring a lot to our lives, and I want to give back.
Her dog Piccolo Milo does not look like a stray. He has a slightly different feel. As you look at the causes supported by Team Edmond, we've heard from a couple of athletes on that side. And a little more on Lauren Gibbemeyer. Her father was a chef. She said kind of spoiled us growing up. So she has 1,800 pins on Pinterest. A lot of cooking going on there.
A lot of cooking. She loves to cook. She's so interested in it and passionate about it. It's been really cool. That was a fun fact to learn about her.
Interior design, kitchen design, cooking, all available there. She made a bunch of different dog treats too. That was one of the projects during quarantine.
Dog cookies, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. Good for you, Milo. Look at the longtime member of Team USA, Lauren Gibbemeyer.
One of the greats out of the University of Minnesota.
People have asked how you get in this league. Playing for the University of Minnesota is step one.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
You're doing yourself a lot of favors there. So Gibby trying to help her side as they face another deficit here early in set 3. I'm Kevin Barnett alongside Salima Rockwell. Lindsay Stalzer back to serve. Tight for Willow Johnson. That was close to the line. Hunter tracks it down. Edmond inside the block.
A big heavy swing by Leah Edmond. And you'll see this left hand of Nia Grant is not completely over the net.
The right hand of Nia Grant was almost over the net on the follow through there.
Big finish by Nia Grant, making up for that missed block opportunity. Getting on that ball fast. She's fast. Hunter likes to set this ball fast. Rosada had it. Sometimes it just sits in your lap. Just sits there.
Molly Lohman checks in again for service in place of Grant. Betty pulls it out from underneath the tape. And they're going to call that one a double touch. I don't know here.
Double touch.
I agree with the last one.
Man, hearing her say she's not blocking in a blocking action. She played that first ball.
Oh, I think that's a block. Low rips it down the line. Rosado pops it up. Long.
Attack error, point Team De La Cruz.
Here comes the challenge.
The last play is under
Team
review.
De La Cruz just seems to have the ability to keep you off balance. Through both matches, we've seen them constantly put pressure play after play after play on their opponent.
Well, that's awfully close. Looks in from this angle. I'm getting the glasses. Stop signaling to me to put on my grandma glasses. They're coming.
Need to get the grandma emoji for you to put on there.
Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see if I can use it. That.
That was in.
Thank you. I'll clear it. But of course, it's a good time to challenge. They need to slow some things down anyway. It looked like that ball could have been in.
What else can they do to recapture some momentum, to get better swings in transition, to try and change anything around in this match that has them trailing early and then not able to catch back up?
Well, there's a couple things that you could look at. Getting your big hitters on the ground. Let's say you tip on Carcelo, force her out of the play. They have to transition to somebody else. Maybe forcing Betty De La Cruz to play inside the block as well, tipping those situations. Just clearing out some of their big attackers so they have less coming at them. Even if it's not a kill, it's going to give you a better opportunity to have a better swing coming back.
Successful challenge. So that goes the way of Team Edmond. 2 challenges per team per set. That is 1. The ball disagrees.
We'll see if Team Edmond can make a push here like they did yesterday. They won the last set. They didn't win the match, but they were able to make a move, find some energy, get those 40 points.
They won that one 25-21 over Team. Well, pardon me, 25-18 over Team Larson. Betty. Right off the hand of Lauren Gibemeyer, who's checking that thing out after that contact. You can hear it.
You can hear it. You can see Lauren Gibbemeyer's left hand trying to finish, wanted to press completely over the net, but Betty doing what she does best, hitting off the top of the hands.
Willow Johnson with another fireball. I think you should streak her.
Samantha Seliger-Switzer on the serve. Willow Johnson serving.
Johnson on defense. Can you get her a swing here? Betty, everything goes right now for Betty De La Cruz. She's in double figures, 10 of 20.
But I tell you, that's what Team De La Cruz is doing. They're tipping on Willow Johnson, getting her on the floor, hitting balls at her so they don't have that big arm coming back at them. And then Betty De La Cruz finishing off with a tip that either left front or right back is going to play.
Team De La Cruz has done a lot of this with runs. They have won 4 points in a row 4 times, 3 in a row 3 times, and 2 in a row 6 times. They're just continuing to pile on. I think that's why it feels relentless.
And that's hard. That's hard to withstand, and it's hard to keep your composure and keep pushing when you have that coming at you. It's really just a hard battle, and you just have to mentally stay focused and stay in it, and 1 point at a time. And then that's the key. They need a couple of real points, but they've got to side out right away and score a couple of real points.
So whereas before we had an overcall, this will be a back row setter violation. Trying to save that ball from going over was Hunter. When a back row setter and a blocker on the other side argue over a ball, it has to be one or the other. The play is dead either way. Either someone's over or someone's attacking from the back row. That ball's wide. 14-8.
Molly Logan coming in, replacing.
The big swing by Leah Edmond. She doesn't miss those often. Opportunity for them to score. She knows that.
Carcelo serving.
So the overall to be decided. Defense from Sibelden. Big high touch. Here comes the offense of De La Cruz. Yeah, it's just too much eventually, Nia Grant. Nothing you can do. Grant 7 for 12.
Tell you what a connection between the two of them. They've found it. They found that rhythm. Nia Grant making herself available. Kelly Hunter finding her no matter where she is on the floor.
490 the hitting mark. And the overall is gone. 490 is what Team De La Cruz is hitting. Grant with a nice quick move, and once again, but this one's out of bounds. So the match score has already gone by. Can Edmond rally again as they did last night for a third set victory? Or will Team De La Cruz do what they did last night and sweep? Natalia De La Cruz might find herself wearing gold at this rate.
Well, I mean, that's where all of those team wins come into play. She coming into tonight was 11 points away from Jordan Larson. So big, these are a ton of points for her if they sweep.
Punching it through, Nia Grant. What a story for Nia Grant. Came in kind of looking for a spot, wasn't really sure where she fit, wasn't getting much of an opportunity. Capitalized when she did get an opportunity.
She really did, and it's such a lesson to everyone when you're feeling like, man, am I going to play? Am I going to have an opportunity to prove myself? You have to keep going. You have to keep doing what you do best and just show everyone what you're capable of, and good things happen.
That is life coach Salima Rockwell helping you out. What to do with tough situations.
Got a battle.
Stalzer rises up, gets dug. NVA, nice dig. Low. Grant with the cover, but the joust is won by Willow.
Strong move by Willow Johnson. It's a nice play at the net. And that first swing by Carcelo was a little bit off the net. It was deep, kind of behind the 10-foot line. That's why she got blocked. Block did a nice job and an excellent cover. Willow Johnson big at the net.
More confusion in reception. De La Cruz all the way over there trying to cover up Stalzer.
And you'll see Sam Swenson is just working that line, working Stalzer down the line.
All right, here comes the push from Team Edmond. Do they have enough left in them? 16-13. Still 40 points hanging in the balance. Don't go anywhere. 66-52, match one of the evening. Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on Fox Sports. Every athlete in Athletes Unlimited is expected to be more than just a player. Civic leadership is a tentpole for Athletes Unlimited, and every player here plays for a cause. Not only plays for it, but embodies it, puts on the gear, and suits up for each one of their chosen nonprofit organizations. And the Give Lively Foundation is a social good tech company on a mission to help nonprofits raise more online. Give Lively builds best-in-class fundraising tech that dramatically improves the giving experience for nonprofits and donors alike. Give Lively provides these services for free, which helps nonprofits commit more funds towards their missions and take advantage of the digital fundraising movement. Movement lately has been Team Edmond here inside Fair Park Coliseum on a little bit of a comeback trail, 16-13. They are trying to take that third set. And 40 points, all important team points. Team De La Cruz is trying to go straight sweep for the second night in a row as we get to our Geico defensive play of the game. And it's pancakes for dinner sometimes for Rosado, but this time she's all the way under it. Dolly Rosado could have had several defensive plays of the game, and she's in the running for a $5,000 bonus to the winner of our Defensive Player of the Year. The Geico Defensive Player of the Year to be awarded in 2 weeks' time. 16-13. We're going to award 40 team points within the next 20 minutes here. Low blocked, but not down. Stalls are blocked, but not down. That one's blocked straight down. Stalzer!
Man! Coming up with a huge block at the right time. Team Edmond had the right opportunity, but look at that move by Stalzer walking into the cross court.
She's looking over the top of the net.
Sure is. Getting up.
Overpass. Backslide. Nia Grant down the line. Just like that, Team Dela Cruz establishes control once again.
Well, setting this ball all the way to the pin, there's that space that she has to hit that ball down the line. There's a lot of room for her, and she takes advantage of that.
Service error, point, Team Edmond. Leah Edmond to serve for Team Edmond.
Team Edmond still within reach of this set, that's for sure.
Betty Dela Cruz down the line. Short work for Team Dela Cruz. That combination has really grown, Dela Cruz and Hunter.
And it's been fun to watch it grow and to hear her talk about this relationship they have and how she talks with Kelly Hunter about the set that she needs and how receptive she's been.
And her eyebrows and her hair.
It's important. That's important stuff.
Nice dig by Lohman. A couple times she's come in and dug some balls. Dela Cruz all over that. Here comes Karsta Lowe and Stalzer. Stalzer's over. Left toes.
That's definitely the right idea. And Team Edmond doing a nice job tipping on Betty Dela Cruz, getting her out of the play so the block can prepare for either Stalzer or Lowe out of the back row. Stalzer just happened to touch that line with her toes.
Was that an imaginary angle? Was that the snuffleupagus of angles?
No, that existed. That was still there.
Okay.
That one was still available.
If anybody but Big Bird could see that one.
No, it's that sharp 2-2 that no one else can see.
20-15, Karsta Lowe with another kill. Both she and Dela Cruz are in double figures for Team Dela Cruz, 20-15. If you had the over on the number of mentions Snuffleupagus would get in the match, you're a winner. A service. There's a winner. That'll be the 7th ace for Team Dela Cruz, and they've given up just 2.
And Hunter's serving this ball right in that seam of Wilson and Edmond. She wants to keep working this ball down the line here.
And back-to-back aces for Hunter. If you're Wilson, what do you have to do?
Well, you either get around that ball a little bit more, move your feet. I'd say move up a little bit, see if Edmond can take a little bit more space so that ball that comes at her maybe is right more in her lap than moving her a little bit.
Edmond is right next to her, but there's a lot of traffic in that left front. Gibemeyer stacked. Serve goes the other way. Almost as good a result. Cleaned up by Sibelden. 23-15. They've gone 6-2 out of their timeout, has Team Dela Cruz. Betty, good night now. Set point on the way.
This is going to be big for Karstelo, who's currently in fourth. Leah Edmond, they're going to flip-flop.
It's a great thing winning like this if you're sweeping and adding points. You're definitely going to get split up if this continues for Team De La Cruz. Karstelo might get another shot at captainship. That ball's long, and this one is over. What became an increasingly dominant performance by Team De La Cruz. They win 21, 18, and 15 for an overall 75-54. Rapid from Dallas. Team De La Cruz, dominant. Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on Fox Sports is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Sunday night in Dallas, match number 1 is in the books. Once again, Team De La Cruz completely dominant, 75-54, nearly identical to their first night. They sweep all 6 sets they have played in thus far, including our 3 tonight. A huge part of that is number 29, Lindsay Stalzer, who early on, Liz, you were clobbering that line. Was that a deliberate effort by you coming in? How deliberate were you about wanting to hit that shot?
I mean, if the cross doesn't work, you go for the line. You know, you got to switch up your shot.
That's awesome. Lindsay, you said that you wanted to have a better performance this weekend. What were you doing? How did you mentally prepare for this weekend that's changing your game a little bit here?
Well, I think that I'm finally getting back to where I'm used to playing. I'm getting in my groove. This is my norm for me. I think the last weekend for sure, I was just not in the right mindset, and COVID kind of took me out of that right before the season. So I think I'm back, and hopefully we'll keep this train going.
You worked so hard in school, mechanical engineering degree. You just keep playing volleyball on and on and on. What do you love about this game? What keeps you coming back?
You can ask my family. I'm just uber competitive, and you know, there's just those moments that you get goosebumps from playing with your teammates. It's just, you don't get that type of competitiveness and drive anywhere else, I don't think. So like, volleyball is just, like I've said it before, it's kind of like a drug, just keep coming, making me come back.
So how do you handle the service pressure? Right now, everyone's coming at you. They're coming at you hot. You're handling it well, but how do you mentally withstand some of that service pressure?
Yeah, I think it's just going into every game, I'm going to have to expect every single ball, and that's the mindset I have coming into it. And then I just practice a little bit, you know, get my groove right before the match, and just know that I'm a good passer and have that confidence going in.
Lindsay Stalzer, congratulations. You and the team are now 6-0 through 2 matches. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much.
Lindsay Stalzer, 29 in orange this weekend. One more match to go for Team De La Cruz. They are perfect thus far, 75-54. We'll wrap match 1 from Dallas next. Welcome back to Dallas. If you've spent time with us the last couple of weekends, you have seen this familiar story play out. Team De La Cruz with the victory. And you're now joined by Nia Grant. And Nia, for the second night in a row, we spent a lot of time talking about the outsides and the power and everything, but it's a middle who shows out. This time it's you. Why were you able to go off in this match and be in a comfort zone?
I don't know. I just went out to play like I've been trying to do lately, not worry about any like outside things, and just focusing on what we have going into the court and what I can get to the team.
So you've been with this team for 2 weekends. Does that make a big difference? The connection with Kelly Hunter, the leadership of Betty De La Cruz. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely helps to be comfortable. I feel like I've had Kelly this whole time that we've been here, and Betty's just awesome. Like, she's so funny, and we can just kind of relax. And the only thing she really says in the huddles is relax and have fun, and I think we really, really do that.
Things are going well for you on the court, but off the court, not going the right way. What's up with your Instagram followers, and why is Penelope so much better?
Right, she's like famous. It's just because you guys are talking more about her. You know, you can give me some love.
If people want to follow you, where do they go?
Nia via 7.
And Penelope is, of course, the still growing Great Dane. What prompted you to get a Great Dane?
I always wanted one, and I was like, I'm going to do it just because I want to. So I was actually going to stop playing volleyball, and that helped. I was like, I can get a big dog, and she has a home and everything. I'm not moving to every other country. Obviously, I'm here, but it helps to have everything in one place. So, yeah, that's what prompted me to get her, and she's awesome. I love her.
Team De La Cruz is happy you haven't left.
Yes,
Congratulations on the victory, Nia Grant.
Thank you. Can I do this off?
I think we spoke to Abby Wambach earlier. People were fired up about it.
We did, and I was so excited to have her answer my questions. It's pretty cool to have her on.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what sport you play or who you are, everyone needs support. And there's the next generation. That might be 2 generations from now in professional athletics.
I love this. I know Giovanna.
Mello.
Yes, I know Giovanna Mello.
Coming up later tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on FS2, because we have switched the clocks. Jordan Larson trying to hold on to that lead that Betania De La Cruz is chasing. Ebony Wanabu, for the second time, will lead her crew out on court. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage. For Salima Rockwell and our entire crew, I'm Kevin Barnett. Once again, Team De La Cruz winner 75-54. Coverage continues at 8 p.m. tonight. Thanks for being a part of our match here. And along with the athlete causes, so much more than just volleyball, but a ton of outstanding volleyball from Athletes Unlimited. More to come tonight.